Hey everyone, it's Tiffany Harlick, and I'm here to give you the astrology forecast for January of 2024. 2024 is an 8 month in the an 8 year in the numerology, and it is a 9 month. And so the 9 month is really about assimilation, closing things up, digesting something, letting something come full circle. It's an ending so that we can use all month long of January to kind of wrap things up, tie up our loose ends so that we can have room and space in February when it feels more like the traditional New Year excitement, that New Year feeling. This first week of January, the 1st through the 7th, Venus is going to square Saturn in the skies. We've got Mercury going direct in Sagittarius, and so we there from after having been on a retrograde path, and so the energy is a little bit more gloomy, a little bit more lethargic, a little bit more down as we start the new year. That doesn't predict that you're going to have a crummy week. It's just like the energy feels a little bit more cloudy than it does, wow, we're in this fresh new year energy. And so just being aware too that we've got this last quarter moon coming up on January 3rd. It's in 13 degrees of Libra. And this is harvest time. This is when something's coming full circle, this energy of endings, right? And specifically something that is ending that started in October of 2021. So I'm looking at the lunar family cycle over 4 phases: the new moon, the first quarter moon, the full moon, and then the last quarter moon. And these happen over a 2.5 year period. We're in this last one as January starts. So much more ending energy this first week of January than beginning energy. We also have Mars entering Capricorn. And as the month goes forward, we've got the Sun, Mars, Mercury, Venus, all going to join the party in Capricorn. So a lot of Capricorn energy this month. Capricorn, Mars and Capricorn is about taking practical action, not just making empty promises, not just saying one day, but day one. And this is what I'm going to do about it. You don't have to go overboard. Capricorn takes there's chop wood, carry water, get to the next 1 foot in front of the other, going up the mountain. This isn't about scaling the mountain all in one day. So what is the practical action that you're looking at taking, knowing that this energy is stirring up for you around January 4th, and Mars will be in Capricorn all through January 4th through February 13th. So plenty of time to work with practical action, practical magic. Capricorn is the earth steward energy. So if you're wanting to get into gardening, beekeeping, doing something good for the earth, this is a great time to be in consideration of that. The sun is going to square Chiron on Saturday the 6th, and this can be a time when we're needing to make amends, when we're needing some forgiveness, maybe when we're working with the Ho'oponopono prayer in our lives. Something is healing, something's coming up to the surface for your consideration. So who can you let off the hook, and is that person you? As we move into the week of the 8th, a lot of mixed signals in the skies this week. As we start out, the energy is a little bit crankier, and then it starts to improve. Mercury is going to square Neptune. So Monday, Tuesday, you're going to feel the pressure of Mercury and Neptune in a challenging position together. Mercury is how we think. It's an information exchange. It's how we learn. And Neptune is that bliss, that at oneness, that a spiritual teacher, that feeling that you're just in the music, right? When Mercury and Neptune are square or in a challenging position to each other, we can feel more confused. We can take things for granted. Things are more distorted. It's not a good time to get diagnosis. It's not a good time to write contracts. It's not a good time. You want to be really careful with medications and toxins. Neptune rules water as well, not all water, but the seas specifically. And so it could be that this idea of chemical toxins or things that you're more aware of with your diet are coming to surface for you to do something about. And the thing to do about is take it easy. Go easy on yourself. Go slow with any changes that you're making. One exciting thing that I want to point out here is that the energy does lift Tuesday afternoon really, I'm going to say Wednesday. Let's say the energy lifts Wednesday, the 10th. Venus is going to trine Chiron. This is about your spiritual well-being. This is about your spiritual connections. This is, flipping through the pages of a return to love, flipping through the pages of your favorite Rumi or Hafiz. Relationships are healing. Your perceptions are healing. And so I think that there's going to be this good, compassionate vibe going on Wednesday, which is perfectly on-ramping us into the new moon of Capricorn on 111, January 11th. So January 11th, I love that the sound effect happened at the same time. But Capricorn, right? Capricorn energy, it is the sea goat. So the goat, the one that can climb the mountain, see from the highest peak, see what we need to do to transform society from the highest possible point, can really make plans and strategies and organize different protocols and things that help us go forward slowly over time. But also that sea goat has that underwater sea creature part of it that's very magical, that's very much a healer, underlined again. And so this new moon is at 20 degrees of Capricorn. If you know where that is in your chart, you'll get some extra insight and guidance based on what house it's in, based on what planets it's next to. The new moon is traditionally a good time to plant seeds, set intentions, make wishes about Capricorn things. So this moon being Capricorn, long-term planning, businesses, what kind of work you want to do, what kind of service work you want to do. Your ancestral wisdom has to do with this, things passed down through the father lineage. This new moon is in the Sabian symbol is a relay race. And I love this because it reminds me of my herbal teacher, Rosemary Gladstar. And so she on Sage Mountain, she lived on Sage Mountain. She received many students on Sage Mountain who were there to learn herbalism and just to be in the natural wonders, the forest bathing, all of the medicine of the earth, things like this, right? Capricorn. Now, at some point, she handed the baton forward, and now there are students who are taking over and creating a nonprofit to ensure that Sage Mountain will live on in a natural state for many, many generations past Rosemary, right? And so the Sabian symbol associated with this new moon is a relay race, and it's that idea of passing the baton forward, the legacy that you're passing forward. So I love that. And as we look into the weekend, Saturday, the moon is void of course all day Saturday. So nebulous, slowing things down, not really feeling like the energy to like get a whole bunch done and check a bunch off your to-do list. Just be aware that Saturday might be more about relaxing and rejuvenating than it is about like power cleaning or something like this. On Sunday the 14th, Mercury, the planet that governs how we think, how we share information. It's our central processing unit. It rules our nerves, our nervous system, right? Mercury rules communications, our computers, things like this. It's moving into the sign of Capricorn. So here we are with now both Mars and Mercury in Capricorn. This gives us wise and careful consideration, again, considering long-term plans and actions, being more mature and responsible with our decisions. What are the mountains that we want to climb? So Venus is going to sextile the South Node and trine the North Node Sunday night. So there's also this like point of destiny that's calling you forward. There could be some deja vu feelings, but just pay attention to what messages are coming forward on Sunday, the 14th. As we look at the next week, the 15th through the 20th, what's going on? We've got just a little bit lighter energy earlier in the week, and then things intensify. So Monday, Tuesday, play some good music, get in the rhythm with the solfeggio frequencies, uplift your environment through sound baths, through sound healing. The sun is going to sextile Neptune. This is a great time to be creative, to use your imagination, to work with the visionary powers of the mind, of the mental faculty in a positive way. I love the Silva method for working with the power of the mind, and that might be something that you want to check out. So the sun sextiles Neptune on January 16th and again on May 19th. And the reason that this is so important, right, is because as we look at the rest of the week, it's like, where can we tap back into? Where can we just change the energy, put on that song that we love, get back into a devotional state of compassion? Venus is going to square Neptune. come Friday. And so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there can be some false securities. There can be this feeling impressionable. This can be feeling like you don't know what's wrong. You can't quite put your finger on it, but the vibe is off. It can be a great time to be in surrender, to accept what actually is instead of the potential of what could be. Sometimes that's uncomfortable for us, right? And then as we look at Saturday, Pluto is going to cazimi, be in the heart of the sun in Aquarius. Sun moves into Aquarius. Happy birthday, Aquariuses. We see you. We love you. And Pluto is moving into Aquarius. This is one of the major outer planet themes of 2024. So if you've missed the 2024 forecast, go back and check out the replay. Fast forward to the part about Pluto and Aquarius, and we'll teach you a whole lot about that. It's a significant change in the patterns of communities, of technologies. We need to be good stewards of technology. We're in the age of AI. This is when many futuristic discoveries are going to happen. Aquarius is ruled by both Saturn and Uranus. So Saturn has that Capricorn vibe, that responsible, mature, planning things out, can be very militant in some ways. And you know, if you're not early or late, things like this. But then there's that Uranus side too, that is on the challenging side, very rebellious, but on the positive side, I want to say more revolutionary, things that are changing, that are revolutionary. If you think about the last time that Pluto was in Aquarius, this was 1777 to 1797. This is when we had the peak Enlightenment period in Russia. This is when the French Revolution was going on, the Industrial Revolution. The music of Mozart and Haydn and Beethoven changed things for the music world. This is the revolution in the United States, and the Constitution was established here during this time in 1787, and then the Bill of Rights in 1789. So Pluto in Aquarius is a dance. It's an outer planet because of the retrograde cycle. It's been dancing in Capricorn and Aquarius. As it moves into Aquarius, it'll be here most of this year until this fall, when it dips back into its final visit to Capricorn. So September, as the United States is facing its election, we've got Pluto, the wrecking ball, powerful unearthing of things, coming back into the sign of government, right? For this little period. And then it will move into Aquarius to stay from November 19th of 2024 to 2043. So there's some astrological nuances with that, but the idea is what we're seeing now is starting this 20-year transition of Pluto being in this new sign of Aquarius. You can think about the time of the Vikings too, when there were more women in power, or women were more, Capricorn is more masculine, Aquarius is more feminine in many ways, especially as you look at history. The Viking women is my example because they owned property at a time when women didn't really own property. They were able to divorce at a time when women weren't really able to divorce. So this is not an opportunity to be mean. We don't want to be mean girls with the astrology, but we want to honor this dance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine and the healing that is occurring, so that this sacred reunification of these energies is coming back into balance, that we're not so out of balance with things. Pluto is going to show us where we're out of balance with things. And our job is to really hold the center line, come back and have this sacred reunification of the yin and the yang energies inside of ourselves first, hold the frequency there. And that's what the light workers can be doing right now. It's a lot. It's big energy. It's big changes. As we look at the week of January 22nd, what we have here early is that Venus is going to join the Capricorn party on January 23rd and will stay there through February 16th. So Venus, the goddess of love and romance and our core values and the things that we really appreciate, right? The things that we adore. She is going to be in Capricorn, which is where we're much more, again, this idea of being practical with our relationships, of our long-term commitments. I think we're going to see a lot of people wanting a commitment. We should be making more conservative financial decisions. That material security is going to be important to us around this time. We've got a full moon on January 25th at 5 degrees of Leo. So this is interesting here because this 5 and 6 degrees of Leo is going to be very interesting this fall, especially as it plays out in the United States election. So I want you to pay attention to this point in your chart and this point in your country's charts. It's not just about the United States. I want you to go back and watch the 2024 forecast, because we talk and explore this in a more expanded view. So the full moon in Leo, it helps us remember that we're here for a good time, not a long time. Leo helps us play. It helps us lighten up. It shows us what we want to lead, where we can be more creative. It gives us that passion. The full moon in Leo, it's like, where do you need some cheerleading in your life? Are you the cheerleader for somebody else? Just be aware that of going over the top. Leo can be excess energy, and so is the full moon. So kind of there's this double fixated energy of going over the top with something. Now, because of the Capricorn energy, I think that this degree is interesting. We're in 5 degrees of Leo. We've got 3-4 planets in Capricorn at this time of the year. And the Sabian symbol for this full moon is an old-fashioned conservative woman, Capricorn, confronted by an up-to-date girl, Pluto in Aquarius. Interesting that the Sabian symbol would represent more than just the full moon. So this full moon is showing you something that started back in July of 2022. What needs to pivot that started back then? And know that this will culminate. This isn't the end point. This isn't the period. The end point comes in October of 2024. All right. The rest of the week, just know that Friday afternoon and Saturday morning into the afternoon, the moon is void of course. Things are nebulous. It's time to go slow, time to relax. Wednesday and Friday afternoons, that's the time to just take the energy in, go slow, receive, rejuvenate, take a bath. Mars is going to square both Chiron and the nodes. Mercury is going to square Chiron. There can be some really healing conversations that take place between Wednesday the 24th and Friday the 26th. This is about really taking responsibility for your own healing, really letting somebody off the hook completely, really having radical forgiveness. Again, that could be yourself. So themes around letting go and moving forward are huge in January. And by Sunday, if you are buying a lottery ticket, I would do that on January the 28th. Venus trines Jupiter. That's when we have luck. That's when we have benevolence. That's when we have good news when it comes to investments in romance, finance. All of that is highlighted in a positive way come Sunday. And during Sunday, Mercury is going to trine Uranus too. So embracing exciting new ideas, embracing change, being adaptable, being like a leaf on a fast moving stream. If you will follow the energy and go slow, by Sunday, something's going to lift. You're going to be in the flow of doing something else, and that idea is going to drop in and you're going to be inspired. And then as we close out January, we've got Mars trine Uranus. That's the only really planetary thing going on. So there's nothing overriding it. Mars trine Uranus makes us fearless, makes us ready to change something up. This can, wherever this is occurring in your chart, you'll know what you want to change up. It gives us courage to act quickly. Where can you be, again, like a leaf on a fast moving stream? It's an exciting vibe. It's an electric vibe. Mars brings blood to the surface, right? And Uranus is that lightning bolt idea. And so you're going to have this rush. Pay attention to when you have chill bumps or hot flashes or however spirit communicates with you through your body. It's an exciting vibe. And so I think that you're going to end January on a high. And I think that you're going to catch a wave of inspiration. And I think that this whole month is an opportunity to go slow, tie things up, get all of your stuff organized, go through your Google Drive, make it line, put everything in folders, get your everything just as organized as you can make it, so that by the time the end of the month hits, you're going to be like prepared, ready. You've had a good foundation, you feel clear in your heart, you've had some spiritual cleansing, and you can take this wave of inspiration forward into February, which will be a 1 month in I'm going to say the new year, in an 8 year. So we're going to have more motivation, more focus, more clarity, more inner vision type topics coming up for us in February. So I hope this has been useful to you. I hope you have a great January. Remember, astrology is just the map. It's just the map of energy. Good news, bad news, who knows? It can, how you work with it is your free will. How it plays out is up to you and the choices you make. This is the evolutionary promise that you're making yourself. So have a great January, guys. However it plays out, my heart is with you. Thanks for being here and the opportunity to serve in this capacity.